So I'm here. I've managed to get hold of Hareem Farooq, actress, one of my favorite actresses, by the way, who also happens to be the producer of the movie Janaan, one of the youngest producers I have seen, I must say. And I have the heartthrob Osman Khalid. But girls, I hear you screaming. Yes. Okay, the questions have already started coming through on my social feeds. Can you ask Osman directly, is he married?
No, I'm not. I'm very much single. So anyone who's interested, please.
Anybody want to mingle? What do they do?
They contact my manager.
Hareem, आपकी manager तो नहीं है?
Oh, no. I cannot deal with that. Messages would be coming in for Osman, so I don't think I'll be able to deal with that trafficking.
Let's not be this modest.
Too much traffic. I remember when I saw your name on the credits, Hareem Farooq, and I messaged you and I said, Hareem, is that you, Hareem Farooq? And you went, yeah, it's me. So a newcomer last year on the television screen. How does a newcomer turn into? And you was producing it at that time actually, because Janaan was already hit the floors, hadn't it?
Absolutely. So I always knew that I will start production eventually, maybe after 10 years or so. But Imran, who's a very dear, a very close, and a very old friend, he came up to me and he's like, why don't you just start now? We did Sia, which released in 2013. He actually produced it, and then last year he came and he's like, why don't you start producing with me? And I was like, why don't I? Like, what am I waiting for? So he's like, why, let's do that. We have a good team. We gel together well. We have this trust, which is amazing. So why don't we just start doing that? I was like, yeah, perfect. Let's do it. So it just turned out कि हाँ ठीक है हो गया करते करते सब कुछ शुरू हो गया, and इतना तो मैंने सोचा भी नहीं था कि पहली प्रोडक्शन एंड इतने बड़े लेवल पे इट विल गो ऑन सच अ ग्रैंड स्केल. तो फॉर मी इट्स quite overwhelming, to be very honest.
इस बात पे आपको बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो. Can I give you a hug? Because it's all about girl power, and I'm so proud of this girl, because you don't get to see many females in Pakistan behind the camera, and you've done just that, and you've stayed in front of the camera, so the credit goes to you. Osman Khalid, but we do like you more in front of the camera because all the ladies love looking at you. Even the men love looking at you, for goodness sakes. Wow. However, Slackistan was the start. And when we spoke earlier, you said actually Slackistan at the time was a reflection of where you were in real life. A long time ago now.
That's very true. Because see, Slackistan was about this kind of pause button that had been placed on these 4-5 individuals, where they were at crossroads, where they didn't know where to take themselves professionally and personally, and how to develop themselves as human beings. So, and that was me at the time, because I had started off my bachelor's in telecom engineering, and when I got into it, I was bemoaning and kind of crying over the fact that we don't have guidance counselors here, so we don't have people who can counsel us as to where we need to be, and what kind of profession we should choose, and what kind of line should we take. So, I was in the wrong field. So 4 semesters in, unfortunately, I had to leave. And it was a heartbreaking decision for my family. But, at the time when Slackistan came in, and I started doing theatre before that as well. So theatre really helped me it gave me a home, It gave me a place where I felt I belonged. And it was from there that I decided that, okay, this is something that I need to pursue, not just as a side thing, but as a profession. So, I'm very grateful, especially to theatre, for giving me that confidence, because I was a very shy person. I was a humongous introvert. She knows.
Same here.
I was the awkward kid who would be sitting at the back of the class, who'd be like twiddling his thumbs, and people would be like, he's a chitta weirdo.
Chitta weirdo.
So, no, but I feel that it's very important to discuss things like this, because, everybody eventually needs to break out of their shells. And it's very important. Nobody's going to give you that confidence except for yourself. So, if you've made a decision, then follow through.
Who did you watch? Because my daughters are like what you described. My oldest is very shy. Yeah. She's very timid. And people say to me, Saima, she's not like you at all. And I often worry about it. I've got 2 children. Mashallah. My oldest is 7 and my little one is 4. But my eldest is very shy, just exactly how you've described. And I'm trying my best to bring her out of her shell. To say, Susie, do this, do this. And slowly I can see that when I switch the camera on, she's fine. Yeah. But she's not off camera. What advice would you give a parent like me who wants to support her child to develop?
This is exactly how I was. When I started theatre, I did my first play, Moulin Rouge. When I went on stage, it gave me this confidence, because I was not playing myself. So, I was free to sort of lose myself in a character. And, the second the curtains were drawn, I was back to being the meek kind of, very shy kind of person. But, perseverance. Date rehna bahut zaruri hai. It's very important to persevere. You have to keep on going through, and eventually the confidence that you have on screen or on stage will start seeping into your persona as well. So that's very important. Encouragement is very important, because my family encouraged me like anything. My mother, my sister, my brother, they were pillars of support. And had I not had that, perhaps, the first, because, obviously everybody falters. Everybody makes mistakes. So, and the second the first mistake happens, you start questioning yourself and you start thinking, especially introverts, we start overthinking. We're like, oh, wait, but I think I made the biggest mistake of my life. I think I shouldn't have joined this. Maybe my parents were right. Maybe telecom engineering was the way to go. So, you need to, it's just support. As a parent, I suppose you just need to support and be there. That's the most
Thank you. That's what I'll do. Diyar Dil. Wow. Diyar Dil. I can't let you go without talking about Diyar Dil. Huge drama. I remember when it started, we didn't expect it to become as big as what it did here in the UK. You guys are really loved. You weren't together as a couple in that drama.
No.
It was my son.
Mother and son.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Did you laugh off the set? Did you guys have jokes?
The first time I found out, they said, so Wali is who's playing Wali? And they're like, Osman Khalid. But what?
Beta.
मैंने कहा चलो ठीक है, that'll be fun, it'll be, but
You guys still have that joke then off screen. What do you call it? A me or what?
मेरा बेटा है.
There are moments like this where we're like, oh, but it was doubly hilarious for me because, Ali was playing my dad, Ali Rahman from Janaan, and Hareem was playing my mom, and I was like, so I had the same conversation with the production manager where I was like, so who are playing my parents, because they're very important characters, especially Arjuman's. So he was like, Hareem Farooq, Ali Rahman. So I burst out laughing. I thought it was a joke at the time, because I was like, they're my contemporaries. Hareem is like 5 years younger than I am. How is this going to work? But of course, she's a magnificent actress. She's a powerhouse talent. And, she completely transformed on screen, where the first scene together, I remember in my head, I was like, okay, this is going to be very awkward. But I think the second we started rehearsing, I got the chemistry. And, I'd like to believe that I gave the kind of chemistry back.
With Osman and with Ali, and, I think the fact that we've known each other for such a long time really helped us all. Despite the fact that we were playing, mother, son, husband and whatnot. But, we all had fun there. And Haseeb is such a brilliant director. He helped us out a lot. So it was basically for us, I mean, for me, it was one of my dream projects come true, where I have my friends and I have perfect guidance and I have perfect actors to act with, so maybe that is why it became big.
It was huge. People loved it. They want to see you guys come back together. They loved you so much that they're so excited about Sanam now. I get lots of messages about Sanam. I watched the first episode of Sanam today. And it was so sweet to see her. He's such a loving husband. Meri dulhan kahan gayi meri dulhan? And she's there taking it. तोड़ के अपनी अंगूठियां फेंक रही है.
So, Sanam, I would actually like to talk about Sanam because,
it's on right now. People are watching it right now, Sanam.
Right now, yeah. So that's perfect, yeah. So, when I was offered the character, Haseeb asked me, okay, do you want to do the Sati Savitri wala or do you want to do this one? I was like, I want to do this one. He's like, why? Because it's a bipolar character. He's like, yeah, so. I was like, yeah, bipolar is a disease which people don't realize. Even the ones who have it and the ones who are surrounded by that person, they don't realize that it's a disease, it's a mental sickness, it needs to be treated. तो बहुत सारे लोग मैंने इस चीज़ की वजह से बर्बाद होते हुए देखे हैं. I've had personal encounters with people who were bipolar, but they were miserable by the end because nobody treated them and nobody, even they themselves couldn't diagnose that they're mentally not stable. So for me, it was something that would create awareness for that. तो मैंने कहा कि चलो ठीक है, and plus it's a crazy person. It was fun performing that, and plus I got to torture him. It was a lot of fun doing that.
So Osman, people want to know more about the Osman Khalid butt now. Your amazing looks, the chiseled features. So they're a reflection of which parent?
My mother. Actually, both my parents. I'm a shadow of how beautiful my mother was. Huh? Yeah, and even my father, Kashmiri background, and I mean, they're the Adonises and.
Fitness alert, ladies.
So I've been blessed with some really, really good genes.
And can I tell you now, in your character, excuse me, and now from your character in Sanam, the girls are going to fall in love with you even more because he's the lovely husband, pyara husband, and he's the lovely husband that wants his wife to be so nice to him, and he only wants love from her, bichara, damsel in distress. And then,
but it's not actually. A lot of people was claiming that it's like a reverse damsel in distress. But see, I mean, Harib is a character who has not grasped this situation at all. So I feel it's a very realistic portrayal as to how he's. I mean, you'll see him try to cope and fail with the husband-wife dynamic, and and that is like, instead of creating this holier than thou character, we wanted to show a character who has flaws, who doesn't handle this situation really well. Plus, what I love about Harith's character, like for example in the first episode, there's a dialogue where he says, you're my wife, you're not my cook.
I love that. By the way, I wanted to play that to my husband. You're my wife, not my cook. And I thought that's a brilliant line. We should use it every time.
So I mean, there are very few characters like that are so welcoming of a partnership. And that's what the original title of this drama was. It was called Partner. So these are the dynamics that will make the characters, the interplays between everybody, very, very interesting.
Hareem, for you, is it behind the camera production or acting?
Oh, both for a very long time.
Doesn't it make you tired? Isn't it a lot to do?
No, not at all. In fact, I think a lot of people ask me, you're so young and how can you be a producer? You should start later on. I was like, yeah, pata hai kya, mujhe lagta hai I've wasted a lot of time, to be very honest. I probably should have started years ago. So for me, it's a lot of hard work, yes, but the results you get and the things that you can do, and how it affects people, and how you can be an inspiration for people, how can you be a role model for people, I think that's what matters the most to me. So koi baat nahi, kar lenge mehnat.
It's amazing. And for yourself, Osman, is it behind the camera, in front of the camera, writer, producer, director or actor?
I think in order, it's director, actor, writer, producer. No, director, actor, writer, choreographer, producer.
कोरियोग्राफर मतलब डांस कोरियोग्राफर? Oh my God, एक कोई स्टेप दिखा दे, हमें कुछ दिखा दे, हमें कम कर, अभी तो नहीं, अभी तो पार्टी शुरू नहीं हुई, बाद में हम डांस करेंगे. So when you said director, तो direction में what's next?
Inshallah, film.
What film?
I'm going to start with a short film. It's a subject that I've been working on for years and years. When you have these random ideas and random scenes, and then I finally constructed it all together into one cohesive, I hope, narrative. So it's first that where I'm going to experiment, hopefully go abroad, do some courses, and then come back, and then who knows, I will knock the door of IRK Films and producer Sahiba.
पैसे निकालें. Guys,
direction ka mood ho raha hai.
It's been an amazing interview. It's been lovely to speak to you both. So nice to see you, and congratulations on Janaan once again. May you have many, many more, and may we see you many more times here in London. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Also, sorry for the inadvertently creepy talk to my manager comment. Trust me, I'm not a playboy. I'm very innocent boy, mashallah. She can attest to it.
और अगर कोई रिश्ते हैं तो प्लीज कहाँ वो भेज सकते हैं? आपके अम्मी के घर? Where do they send them?
हाँ जी, मतलब अब तो हाँ exactly, like मेरी बहन को कॉल आए, मेरे अब्बू को कॉल आ जाए, मैंने कहा मैं ज़रा शरीफाना अंदाज से ये इस गुफ्तगू का क्या आगाज़ का ऑपोजिट क्या होता है? अंजाम को अंजाम को अंजाम.
Anyway, इस गुफ्तगू को हम अंजाम देते हैं and जाके जनान देखते हैं. Oh, I'm a shire now. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.